Before this video begins, I need to give a quick shout out to I'm Zephyrian for introducing this game to me. He makes a lot of really good shit, and I'll drop a link to his channel down in the description at the very top, so make sure you go check his shit out and subscribe, because it's worth it. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Question of the day: what other obscure indie games do you recommend I cover on the channel? Answer to have your comments featured at the end of the next video. So this wasn't the video I had planned for this week. I'm actually working on another video about a cancelled Dreamcast game, but after Zephyr told me about this one, I just couldn't resist. It's a really good game. Deadeus is a game for the Nintendo Game Boy, released this year by a very small group of people. I gotta say, I'd love to see more classic console releases like this. It just shows how timeless the Game Boy really is. In Deadeus, you play as a nameless boy, visited in a dream by the god of the village, Deadeus himself. Deadeus explains that in 3 days, he will return to reclaim the flesh gifted to the village inhabitants, and the world will come to an end. The boy then wakes up and tells his mother about the strange nightmare. So this is one of those games where I really don't want to spoil any major plot, but I gotta be honest, plot is 90% of the gameplay. There's plot from every NPC, usually with a hint to their location the next day. There are segments in school, small cutscenes, lots of clues to help the player advance, and almost all of the townsfolk seem to be aware of what's really going on. At the end of each day, you return home and go to bed, to be greeted with more nightmares, and every child seems to be having them. Some handle it well, but others are completely losing their minds. As a game, Deadeus is not very long, but there are quite a few endings to add a good level of replayability should you choose to go back and find them all. The gameplay consists of a lot of walking around the village, collecting items to advance the story. I usually don't care for fetch quests, but the reasons for all of it kept me engaged on my first playthrough. As it is, I've seen 3 very easy to attain endings, and all of them were great for different reasons. Pro tip: try stabbing the priest without stabbing the other guy first. That shit is funny. Visually, this game is very nice. A lot of the original pixel art is impressive by Game Boy standards, and even assets from other games don't look out of place. The audio is just as appealing, but eventually the music starts to grate on the ears, and I swear to God, the few songs in the game I can't even stand to listen to anymore. Chiptunes, something about chiptunes just really fucking tears my ears apart. So that's everything I wanted to talk about. I think this game deserves a solid 8 out of 10. Visually appealing, well written, and short enough to complete in one sitting, as long as you eventually mute the audio because your ears will bleed. I'll leave a link to this game as well as Zephyrian's channel at the top of the video description. Definitely check them both out. The game is worth it. It's a pay what you want kind of game, and $5 gets you the special edition, which is a hell of a lot bigger than the regular one, and probably comes with a ton of really neat shit. And Zephyr produces some very high quality content about a lot of obscure games across every platform. He definitely deserves some support. Hey, welcome to the end slate again. Remember, I'm going to link to my last video in the description just underneath Zephyr's channel, just underneath the link to the game. So if you want to check out my last video, go ahead and do that. I'm also going to recommend my unscripted Silent Hill 3 video, the video before last, because that was pretty good too. If you haven't seen that, go check all of them out. Just go check all of them out. They're really good. And thank you for watching if you stuck through this far. Thank you, and have a nice day.